So my last blog post with the pictures wasn't really big enough. There was too much that happened and I couldn't really fit it all into a blog. So I'm just going to tell you what happened. So as you know, I rode the bus from El Rosario to Guerrero Negro because it was just too far and there were no towns in between, and everyone in their judgment was telling me that I should definitely take a bus on that section because it's dangerous. There's no places to get water. Like, it was just everything. It was a bad idea. So took their advice and got to Guerrero Negro and stayed with Sarah and her husband Luis, and they were amazing. They lived in a house that wasn't very big, pretty small. People would probably say that they're poor, but they treated me amazing. First morning I got there because I got there late on the bus because I was trying to hitchhike. And I slept at the church that night before, and then the morning I got there, they were making homemade pancakes. They had like oats and chia seeds and really hearty pancakes, really good pancakes, completely homemade. Walked around the city, Guerrero Negro, a little bit, and it was that's where I wrote that poverty post. Like, there was intense poverty there. Yeah, talked with some of the locals. Everyone down here has been amazing. Of the locals, they all try to talk with me. My Spanish is actually getting to a point where I can actually communicate with people a little bit, which is really fun and really rad. So yeah, so from Guerrero Negro, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to start riding towards Santa Rosalia. It'll probably take me, Santa Rosalia. It'll probably take me like 2 days to get there. I'll stop in St. Ignacio and then I'll go over because it's pretty flat. I get to Vicente Guerrero, I believe, and on the way there, it was just so hot. The further away I got from the ocean, it was just, I was dead. I was dying. It was like the sun was beating down on me. I was running out of water very quickly. It was a bad situation. And my bank card didn't work at the Vancomer Bank, so I was broke. So I get into this town. Someone picked me up on the side of the road because they just like, it's too hot for you to be riding. So it's just, so they pick me up. I'm completely broke because my bank card won't work at the Vancomer, which was in Guerrero Negro also, and was in Vicente Guerrero. So I'm sitting broke in this gas station. And I'm like, all right, I'm completely broke. No money whatsoever to speak of, so I can't catch the bus. Don't have any money for food. Don't have any money for water, which is another thing. The gas station people were really awesome. They let me fill up my water bottles and stuff on their water thing, and literally it was probably a low point of the trip because I was just so stuck in this literal worst place ever. It was hot, it was dusty, it was sandstorming, like it was just it wasn't a great place. I ended up sitting there trying to hitchhike and get a ride, and it ended up with me just, being like, what the heck, I couldn't find a ride. So it was starting to get cooler around 6 o'clock, and I was like, all right, well, whatever, I'm just gonna fill up my water bottles and I'm gonna try to ride during the night to like avoid the sun with my and so I filled up my water bottles, and just as I'm filling up my water bottles to go and do that, these guys come in that were building a church, like a missions for a mission thing, tell them my situation, ask them if they're going the other way, and they're like, no, we're going back. Offer me a ride back to California, which I got 2 rides to go back, and I almost took them because I was just, it was so bad. I ended up, one of the guys thought about it for a second, and he opened up his wallet and gave me $20, and the $20 bought me the bus ticket to get to Santa Rosalia, which is awesome. While I'm waiting for the bus, another guy who spoke English came up and started talking with me, and just out of nowhere, he's like, hey, are you hungry? I was like, yeah, I'm kind of hungry. He's like, do you want food? And I was like, sure. Like, and he's like, 1 second, I work at this hotel. And he's like, he goes over to the restaurant and he gets me a hamburger and fries and a Powerade. And oh my gosh, I needed food so much. It was so good. So good. So waited for the bus. Bus came at 10. Get into Santa Rosalia around 12. Go and find this church. Slept at this church again. Woke up in the morning and rode my bike from Santa Rosalia, the 45 miles to Mulegé, where I am now, which is beautiful. Hot, humid, which is a very welcome relief from the dry heat that I've been experiencing the past couple days, and I think it's pretty much going to be like this for the rest of the trip. Kind of hot, humid, and I probably will learn to not like it, but as of right now, it feels like everything's just filling in with water. Everything that was dried out is just like my body. I came over the hill and I was coming down and I started breathing. I was like I could feel like my lungs being like almost like a humidifier after they'd been dried out. Just like my whole body was like soaking in the water. It wasn't even just like one little bit. It was just like my whole body was just like, I want this water. So that's kind of how it felt. Ran into, I'm staying with a guy named Bill Webster, and he's a character, real character. It's a group of like 20 expats that live in this town, Mulegéans, and showed me a good time, showed me around, showed me this place. Yeah, it's beautiful here. It's a little oasis, and I can understand why they retire here for sure. But yeah, gonna ride to Coyote, Mulegé Coyote, probably today, a little bit later. And then after that, Laredo, and then after Laredo to La Paz. I'm gonna try to take a bus from Laredo to La Paz, skip the last section of the desert because I've ridden enough desert. I don't need to ride any more of it. And also there's no towns really, and it goes completely out of my way. Unless I can try to find a ride in Laredo. I'm gonna try hitchhiking first, and if hitchhiking doesn't work, then I'll hop on a bus. But I need to keep on moving because I got to get down there by September 25th. So I need to keep on moving, get down there in time, and yeah, everything's going great. I love it. It's an adventure for sure. God bless you guys, and thanks for praying for me, supporting me on this trip, and I'll try to keep you guys posted on what God's doing and where I'm going from here. All right, adios.